Action. Hey, Science Seekers, welcome back to another exciting episode of our show. Today, we are actually doing another coronavirus special. And here's the reason why. I polled and asked some of you Science Seekers what was your favorite episodes, and many of you said that your favorite episodes were the ones about the coronavirus. And although we originally were going to do a 3-part episode, what ends up happening sometimes is people get inspired. And today, we have someone that was inspired by some of the work that we've been doing within the show. And she is actually now on the show herself to help contribute to the awesomeness that is the Science Seeker Show and the awesomeness that is the kids over at Mead Made. So today we have Alyssa, and Alyssa is here as a representative of our Magnet Correct class. She's a 7th grader over at Margaret Mead Junior High. Mr. Pfeiffer teaches both 7th and 8th grade science students for the Magnet program. And what we're going to do is share with you something that Alyssa made. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen right now. Actually, before I share my screen, Alyssa, can you tell us a little about what you did and kind of what your motivation is, and then I'll share it.
Well, basically, I made a website about like trying to stay positive in these times during like dealing with the coronavirus, and so I just made a website to try to like inspire everyone and keep everyone positive.
Yeah, awesome. All right, so let's get into it a little bit. So if we go into, let's see here, give me a second while I figure this out. Share, and then I'm going to go ahead and go over to your website now, which is Trying to Stay Positive. Sorry, I got it. And there it is. Okay, so if we're taking a look at your website here, you said your motivation was ultimately to kind of create a website that tells people how they can be positive and everything. You know what? First question I have for you is happiness and a lot of the social emotional lessons that you guys had for the last couple of years. How much, effect did that play into this? I mean, have you always been like a deep thinker as far as being aware of your own positivity and your own happiness, or is that something that's recently come to light?
I mean, it definitely like helped with like all the SEL lessons that we've had this year about like positivity, but I feel like it's kind of something that I've always like learned about, like staying positive in the past.
Okay, so let's take a look. Why don't you tell us about this first tab right here, inspirational quotes, and then give us just what you did here.
Well, I mean, I know that there's like a bunch of inspirational quotes out there, so I knew that a lot of them were like positive and like uplifting, so, and like motivational, so I wanted to just like find a bunch that like were either like applied to like now and like the coronavirus, and also just other like positive ones.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Well, you had a lot here. Okay. Very nice. And then it looks like under here we have positive fun activities. Are these ones that you like or that you're just kind of sharing with people what you do?
They're mainly things that like I do, but like all of them are like different positive activities that people can also do to like stay positive and have fun during these times.
I for sure have done a lot of these. My family's really into the bike riding and the cooking. We did that baking episode, and then board gaming. All fun stuff. Okay. And then we have our poems, which I'm going to end with that part. And then we have the COVID-19 safety, which again is just giving us more information on if you do need to know how to be safe. It looks like this is where you're kind of pointing us to that right direction, the science piece of it, right? And the social distancing piece of it. I do appreciate the fact that you have an about me part, right? You are the author of this website and doing a great job there. Cool. So you've always been, one thing that's really pretty awesome is you've always been into art, right? You can tell that you're very creative, but you also have you have a pretty good scientific mind. In fact, you were, I believe, one of our winners of our Soundtrap challenge that we did, where we created the advertisements for the program that we use to create our podcasts. So how does that, like when you're thinking about this stuff, how does the science and the art come to play for you? I mean, do you see them differently, the same? I mean, this is kind of a combo of both. So I'm just curious on your thoughts on how you see science and art.
I mean, at times they can be like separate, but like in science, you always, like, especially with all of our projects and stuff, you always have to bring in your creativity to whatever you're doing. So they're kind of connected, but they're also kind of different.
Okay, perfect. And I think to sum her up, we were going to have you do, oh, you got a lot of poems in here, actually. Wow. Okay. So some of these are these all written by you?
Yeah.
Awesome. Is there one particular one that you might want to read to kind of wrap up our episode today and say goodbye to the viewers?
Any of them are fine.
Okay. All right, let's do this one on the right. Try to maintain positivity. So if you can narrate this and read it out loud for us, I'd appreciate it since you are the author. And I do think that would be a great way to kind of tie up this little interview.
Okay.
Sound good?
Mm-hmm. So I titled it, Try to Maintain Positivity. Stay positive and stay strong and have hope, especially in this uncertain time. Because when things are hard, there are ways to cope and people to talk to at any time. Because in time, things will start getting better. Until then, we have to help how we can. Whether you write a positive letter or honor a frontline woman or man. I know that everyone misses their friends, but everyone has to social distance. Just know that you can see them when this ends. For now, we all have to use persistence. So try to maintain positivity and let go of your negativity.
Awesome. Thank you. I want to, thank you very much for doing this, and I appreciate and applaud what you're doing. You're, again, one more person that's trying to just focus on what they can to help us go on, right? And all of us. And the fact that your altruistic action is helping other people, I think that's really cool. You're trying to keep your own health, up there, but you're trying to maintain everybody else's mental health as well. And I appreciate that. So from a Science Seeker standpoint, we're going to say thank you to Alyssa, and that will end this episode. Hold on one second.